Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I didn't get to come in yesterday, but I'm here today. Hopefully you're all doing well. Um, what is today? Today is Thursday, I believe the 4th of February. Let me just move my little, I have a chest that's at my tabletop for when I do it over here. Okay, let's see. Father in Heaven, Spirit Guides, what do you want to tell the collective of YouTube for today's daily vibe? Let's see. Father in Heaven, show me clearly. Guys, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want a private reading, please email me at phoenixrisingbydior so we can set something up and we can communicate face to face, because I like to do things face to face. So we can get down to the nitty gritty of whatever it is you are going through. Okay, so let's see. You are sad. You feel overlooked. You feel overlooked. You're sad. You're feeling like, but you're ready. But it's like you're sad, but you're ready for a new beginning. Maybe the sadness has propelled you to want this new beginning of something that was very deceptive over you and sneaky. Like that lied, that cheated, that, yeah, like this, almost like, or maybe, and also I feel like Spirit's saying like you might want to do whatever it takes to like get to this happiness, to this new beginning in your life, because you've been stuck in sadness, solitude, lonely. I'm feeling lonely. That's what I'm feeling right now, loneliness. It's like you're ready to stand in your power, right? You're ready to stand in your power. You're ready to start something amazing, start something beautiful. You're ready to be privileged, possibly. You ready to, let's see what happens. All these cards flipped and went in the deck. You're ready, you want a union. You want somebody who's going to work together with you. You don't want to take action. You don't want to communicate with the past. It's like you don't want to communicate. You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight with somebody, or maybe somebody fought about you. Maybe you did get into a fight with somebody about the union, about the past union that left you in sadness. And how like, maybe you're remembering the past too. Are you remembering the past? Have you been thinking about the past? Or I just feel like you don't want to look out in the world for more. It's like you want. It's almost like I almost feel like Spirit's trying to tell me, it's like you kind of just want the simple life, even though you want to stand on your high horse. It's like almost like you just want the simple life. You just want things to be simple again, you know? Easy, simple, new. But this person left you lacking. This situation left you lacking. Like maybe lacking money, or just like threw you out on the streets, made you feel like you weren't a part of their circle or their world. Or maybe just like a mental thing, right? And it's like you had to go within. You needed to pull yourself away. And this is why I think you're feeling lonely, right? You needed to pull yourself away because like there was just too many lies. There's just too much deception. Too much betrayal. It's like, and you know the truth of this. Now it's like you're finally going within and you're finally listening to the intuition on how unstable this all was. Okay, what else, Spirit? What's the advice here? What's the advice you want to give to the YouTube collective? What's the advice you want to give to YouTube collective, please? Show me clearly. All tied up. in a broken heart. Are you all tied up in your broken heart? Are you all in your head about this broken heart connection, or this heart that can't heal? Are you like feeling like you can't loosen the strings that bound you, or the strings? See, they're strings. They're not ropes, they're strings. See, nothing comes out of my mouth by accident. Why strings? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Why strings? Because you can break free of strings. Ropes are hard to break free from, right? So, are you choosing to be bounded? Are you choosing to be tied up to a situation that broke your heart? Because you have the power to break free. So you've tried to cut cords, but you can cut cords. Okay? There are things you can do in the full moon, the new moon. There are cutting cord rituals. I like to do this thing where I literally just go like this, like I cut the cords, I detach the cords, like they're like bungee cords that go bing, and they propel from me very quickly, very fast. Visualizing it. But it's so much more than that. Because this is the thing. And I know I've talked to you about this a lot. Okay? It's not about saying, okay, universe, let's cut the cords. It's about saying, okay, self. Okay, Rosemary. Okay, Maud. Okay, Pandora. Okay, whoever's on right now. Okay? Enchanted Empress. I cut the cords. I believe the cords are cut. I do not allow this cord to attach to me anymore. It's this standing in your ground, standing in your power of knowing the cords are cut no matter what you feel, no matter what pulls you back. Okay? Because when you are energetically tied to it, the cord will never be cut. It's by you literally saying, I cut the fucking cords. I do not allow any more attachments. Okay? Yes, I'm cutting the motherfucking cords. And literally standing in the power of, I'm cutting the motherfucking cords. And I will not accept it again. And the second you're like, no. Like, you have to remember what you said to yourself. I am cutting the cords. But by you energetically, that little worm of thought, it's almost like, did you guys ever watch that movie, The Beastmaster? They stuck the worm in the ear. That little worm. That little seed. That little drop of semen that broke the shell of the egg. All right, that little grain of salt. That thing fucks you up. Okay? By you attaching to that, by you saying no, and every time your mind goes there, it's a trained pattern. You don't realize it. But every time, like, it's literally, you can go and just break free, right? Like, no, I do not accept this bullshit anymore. I will not be tied to this anymore. Good morning, Jackie. You need to appreciate yourself. And it's funny because, and this is even funnier because they're all together, all one on top of each other. The Empress, the Queen of Cups. I see this appreciated woman as the Empress. I don't need you. You don't own me, right? No, I don't need you. I need me. Okay? So Spirit is telling you to listen to your intuition, to cut the cords. And by you saying, I tried is a lingering piece of hope. It's you allowing yourself to stay in that place. I know I've done this many times. I've actually taught myself too well how to cut cords. Where sometimes I'll just be like, Done. It's not always a great thing. I mean, it is, but it's a great tool because it doesn't keep you lingering in this empty space, right? You have the power. You need to stand in your power. Yes, tell the universe, but if you allow it to stay, it'll stay there. If you allow yourself to stay in this bounded up place of being broken, that's on you. Spirit can only put you so far. The rest, you have to do it. I what? I want to cut him instead. No, don't do that. You might go to jail or some other things might happen. You just need to cut the cords. Like honestly, you have no idea how much power you have. See, I know you are. You have the power. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You just have to think outside the box. You just didn't know how to do it, okay? Work with the individual. You can still cut the cords even if you work with the individual. You have to decompartmentalize. I need to say that word because it's too big. Decompartmentalize. I need to say it like that because it's too big. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I only work with this person. When you look at this person, you need to think in your head, this is work. I do not carry feelings with them anymore. I do not bond with them anymore. This is a work relationship. It needs to be like this. You need to decompartmentalize it all, okay? And you need to think about how will it fit best? How will it suit you best? Right? That you can work with somebody and no longer be attached. You need to think about it as like that ugly boss that you never wanted to sleep with. Like, ew, you are my work person. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, like I sing in a band. I do a lot of things, right? And I'm the female lead vocalist and there's a male lead vocalist. And when I joined the band, they were saying, I'm telling you this for a reason. He told me, he goes, when we're on stage, I want people to feel like we're a couple. So we do, we interact like we're a couple. We make eye contact, we get close, we just have a lot of fun. And people come up to me afterwards and they're like, are you guys together? And because it's legit, because I've never ever hooked up with him, but my legit thought is, ew. He's not bad looking, but ew. Like, cause I mean, I would feel bad telling him this. He kind of skis me a little bit. You need to think like that. Like, ew, you're my boss, or ew, I work with you, or ew, you're my sister, or you're my mother, or my father, or my brother. Like, you need to put it like, no. Put it in a segment, right? And just cut it off. You are only this to me now, nothing else. Does that make sense? Okay? But Spirit's saying, you have this power. We all have it. Do you choose to use it? Do you choose to utilize this power? You just needed to think outside the box. Because sometimes we can be a little tunnel vision on the way we think, right? One way, one track mind, right? But sometimes you need to hear something like what I'm saying, maybe, to just be like, oh, that's a good idea. I should do that. It's retraining your thought pattern. Okay? Does that make sense to you? Okay, what else? What other advice and healing thing do you want to tell them? As I said that, 3 cards just see, it's like you weren't listening to your gut feeling on manifesting your growth. Okay? Yes, you have to figure out how to shut off. Okay. Let's see. Good morning. Lots of what I said you've tried. It works so far? Good. Thank you. I'm happy it's working. So it's saying You haven't been listening to your gut on manifesting your growth, your personal growth. Okay? Because by you keeping yourself tied to the past, tied to this energy that you no longer want to be tied with, right? It hinders your growth. It keeps you stagnant because your mind keeps going there. You need to focus outside the box. You need to focus elsewhere. You need to use like all the elements to make you grow, okay? All the elements of the universe to make you grow in your union, in your duality, in your balance. Balance it out, okay? Be the perfect yin and yang, all right? Be the perfect yin and yang in yourself. Because what happens is you attract somebody who's like that, or somebody who's almost there. See, you weren't growing in the past. It's almost like you shut that door off. Exactly. And now it's time to like you shut your personal gates. And it's like now they're saying it's time to just explode. And it's funny because we're in the winter. I think we went through that, or well, where I'm living, where I live in the United States, we're in the winter. I think we passed over that middle day of winter. So now it's like we're kind of slowly getting into the latter end, like one day at a time. It's time to burst open like spring, right? Like we just got a heat wave and everything is just blooming, right? That's what Spirit's saying. It's time to bloom. You shut the gate off, but you were supposed to bloom. You were supposed to grow. By you keeping yourself tied, kept you stagnant, okay? So stop. Stop this. Stop being tied to this past, okay? It's like you were deceiving yourself. You were deceiving yourself. Don't deceive yourself anymore. Don't deceive yourself. You need to heal fully. Oh, good. I like that you like my message. Unlike the other day, some people didn't love my messages when it came to the sex talk. Well, I'm glad that you are liking my messages. I guess not everybody's very open when it comes to sexuality and certain things. Even though it's very natural, in a lot of parts of the world it's extremely taboo to talk about it. But I clearly have no problems talking about it. Let's talk about sex, baby. No, we're not talking about sex. So you didn't do things weren't done in the right fashion, in the right order, possibly. You didn't do things in maybe maybe you didn't do, so it's almost like you didn't do something in the right fashion that was for you. It was like I said, it's like you, when it came to you, you were all over the place. Like you weren't standing in your power. You weren't taking care of yourself. You weren't appreciating yourself. You were too preoccupied with this past, okay? What about it? Explain. So what else? What do you want to tell them for the healing, please? Because we know about the past. So what do you want to, where's this healing going? Wow, that flipped and flipped. You don't know why. What don't they know why about? You didn't know why you didn't take care of yourself? What? You don't know why. You didn't know why, or you didn't know you had to regrow. You didn't know you needed to regenerate. You needed to grow stronger. You needed to rise from the ashes and evolve into something different. Something more spiritual, something more elevated, okay? You needed to finish this past to rise up. You felt like, I feel like you felt like you didn't know if you could do this. Spirit clearly is telling you, you can, if you choose to. We all have the power to do it. We all have the power to manifest. You didn't know if you could actually end this connection and take that leap of faith forward. But you can. What else? You have the power to do anything if you choose to. Yeah, sex can be very spiritual. If you have, sex grounds me. Sounds horrible, but it does. Right? I don't know why, it just does. Good. Well, you should be done. All right, hold on a second. You needed to... It's okay. So it's like Spirit saying, for those of you who have taken this leap of faith forward, who have actually had the will to do this, Spirit is saying, yes, you're on that path and you're building now. It's like, even if you don't, maybe like you don't feel like you have, but Spirit's saying you finally are getting to that place where you're starting to build a new foundation for yourself. It's like you don't need a new life. You've already taken that leap of faith into the new cycle, and now it's time to build properly for you. Okay? And put things in order for yourself. All right? And it's, listen, even if you're in union with somebody, like say you're married to somebody and like whatever, you can still build stability for yourself. Like focus on you. Okay? Because what ends up happening is we focus on them and as a whole, and then you disappear. Right? Because most people, I would say, that are probably listening to this message right now are more empathic. They're typically more givers, right? That's why we're here to listen to the message. Like, what can I do to better myself? What can I do to help somebody? What can I do? This is how I started my channel, right? What can I do to help somebody? But it's like, it's so important to focus on you. Focusing on you will help you focus on everything else around you as well. Because bettering you will help you better everything, right? Make sense? You couldn't, oh God. I put these cards on the table, I didn't even look. But it's kind of funny because the colors, the masculine, feminine colors, right? So it's like the yin and the yang, like I've been talking about that, right? But it's like you couldn't imagine that you had to take care of yourself. You couldn't imagine that you weren't taking care of yourself. Like it wasn't even like a thought in your mind that you weren't taking care of yourself, that you weren't nurturing your own growth. Like you couldn't see it. Right? Because you were too focused on everything else. Well, the only thing that's pulling you back is you. So you have to focus on not being pulled back. You have to say, I don't accept it. I'm back. I'm where I am. I'm forward. I'm forward. We're gonna have moments, but you need to click yourself back into that. Nope. I'm here. I know where I got. You know, I know how far I've gotten. Okay, you have moments where you might slip, but doesn't mean you can't get right back where you are. We all have our down days, right? It's like Spirit's saying, like you didn't realize that all you needed to do was to go within and to be at peace and take your time with yourself. Okay? So let's see, what else? What else does Spirit have to say? What's the healing messages here? Letting go. You need to let go. Okay? On the old love. It's like you needed to let go on that person, or that situation. You need to let go of that It wasn't the love that you needed, right? You were stuck in sadness and you couldn't manifest your regrowth. It's like this kept you blinded, okay? This situation that didn't love you, that didn't care for you. You need to rise up. Oh my God, it's so funny. Regeneration and the phoenix rising right on top of each other, which is kind of the same thing. So it's like you need to rise up. You need to elevate. You need to ascend, okay? You need to stand back up on your own two damn feet. Say, nobody's going to keep me tied down. Nobody, right? I'm strong on my own 2 feet. I don't need you. See, you need to love yourself. It's like, stop thinking of that. You need to self-love. Rise in your self-love. Rise in letting go. Rise in your power. All right? Listen, like I said, we all have our moments of weakness, but we all have so much power in the palm of our hands. We just don't utilize it. Okay? You have it. You have this. The gift, we all have the gift. It's if you choose to accept it. Okay? Be patient with yourself. It's almost saying, oh, and that's so weird. What did I just do? I just said, we have it. We have it right here. And look at this girl in the card. What is she doing with her hand? The same thing I'm doing with my hand. And I literally just did this, and this card just came out. Okay? Be patient with yourself because you haven't been very teachable in the past. It's like you didn't know that you had this power here. You didn't know that you could do this, okay? But we all have this power, okay? It's if you decide to take charge of this power. Listen, honestly speaking, like, I get it. In the world we live in today, in this COVID world, uncertainty, right? It's ugly. See? Not so beautiful. It can make us feel like we're drowning, right? It can make us feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Things are closing down on you, maybe not evolving the way you thought. Some people are flourishing through this. Some people are not, right? Just know that this too shall pass. We will all be outside. We will all be in our next new norm one day soon. I mean, we might have to wear masks for the next couple of years. I don't know. But there will be more normalcy setting in, right? You will be able to go outside. You will be able to mingle. You will be able to meet new things. It's almost like what I'm trying to say to you, I guess, is you need to think of this as the glass is half full, not half empty, right? That we are just like, what did I say to you? Just like that metaphor I just said, or just like what I was just saying, how we've just hit the middle part of winter for where I am in the United States. We're starting to slowly, day by day, walk into spring where things are going to bloom. Same thing as right now when it comes to this COVID, the pandemic thing. We are now, like yesterday, I got this mass email through my band, like United States. We were at 25% capacity. We're going up to 35% capacity. So it's slowly, just know, got to believe it's getting better. It's getting better every day. Just the glass is half full, okay? Don't sit here and wallow in your sadness, okay? I don't know why this is a side note. Have you guys ever seen the movie Ever After with Drew Barrymore? I always thought that this looked like Drew Barrymore. And then the other day I was looking at both of these and I was like, this is like the picture of like the Mona Lisa in the Drew Barrymore in that movie Ever After. It's cute. If you ever watch that movie, this depicts her. I almost feel like whoever made this was watching that movie. Yeah, it's a very cute movie. But if you ever watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about from these pictures. This looks like her, both of these, from that movie. Kind of weird. I don't know why I had to say that, but I was like, whoever watched this, watched that movie. It's definitely like a lot of her in this. And scenes of that. It does, right? Thank you, okay? But we're going to get, actually, and in that movie, it's like a Cinderella story, right? Hey, Joanne. It's like, and I kind of, maybe there's a reason why I had to say that. It's like the Cinderella story. It's a very cute movie. Maybe we're all going to be like Cinderella, like we're all going to be rescued, or we're all going to be at that point where we're going to, in this movie, she just didn't fucking care. She wasn't going to take the shit anymore. She wasn't going to get passed around and used and abused, and she was going to stand in her damn fucking power and go after what she wanted. And maybe Spirit is saying the same thing. It's about time. Like, yeah, one step at a time. We're moving into the next phase. Okay, we are regrowing. We are regenerating. But if you choose to stay tied, like what we said in the beginning of this message, tied to the past, that one sand of hope, that one seed that ties you, that keeps you bounded, you're just fucking yourself, right? Sorry, I know it's mean, but it's the truth. We all did it, right? I can only say this to you because I've done it myself. But I've learned to unfuck myself, right? From the past. It takes power and it takes time. I guess it is no fun. But sometimes it's a necessity, okay? So it's like you couldn't return to your beauty. Weird, right? All right, guys, why I'm saying weird? We have beauty and beauty, back to back, both sideways, yin and yang. It's like you couldn't just come here, okay? But maybe you're coming to this place where you're actually getting into the cycle of how beautiful you are, how beautiful your life is, how it's almost like, because I'm seeing these two cards together, it's almost like, see, she's pregnant. The potential of how beautiful everything can be. It's almost like you're almost there. It's almost like you're seeing, like, over the rainbow. Definitely coming out of the hermit mode. Good. It's almost like you're seeing the potential of how beautiful everything can be if you just take action, if you just change your thought pattern, if you just think outside of the box just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit of your love for me. Maybe you don't. It's just maybe just a little bit of love for yourself, right? You need to stand in your power. Hold on a second. I'm curious what the card is after this, because this can mean two things. Okay, Spirit has two cards. Okay. You need to reclaim your authority. Okay? You weren't listening to your spirit guides. You weren't listening to your guides. Maybe you weren't listening to your own intuition. And you kept yourself locked away. You kept yourself caged in the dark abyss. You kept yourself caged in the bottom of the ocean. But guess what? It's time to rise up and surge in your power. Okay? Like, embrace the beauty, okay? Embrace the beauty of the potential of what is to come, okay? And just know in your heart of hearts, down in your soul, that it's going to be something amazing and something beautiful. Because by you knowing in your heart of hearts, in your soul, that it's going to be beautiful, what are you doing? Anybody? You're manifesting it to be beautiful. You are not allowing it to not be anything but beautiful. And if you hit a bump, who fucking cares? It's a speed bump. All right, you had to slow down for a second. Dude, go. Okay? just manifest it to be fucking amazing. Freedom. No longer trapped in fear. No longer allowing somebody else to manipulate you, right? No longer allowing yourself to manipulate you. You are the only one who allows somebody to manipulate you. You manipulate yourself by allowing someone to have control over you and your life and your thoughts and everything. Revealer of truths. Protector in reverse, an old soul. See, I think Spirit, hold on a second. Listening to my guides right now because I got my heart shattered last year. Well, it's okay. It's a speed bump. All right. Now you know. Now you got to move on. It took me a while. It took me, you know what? It's hard to say because it's almost like with each speed bump, like I was just saying, it's another lesson. It's another lesson. I mean, I'm going to be 44 years old, right? So there's lessons. You learn. So with each hurdle, if you don't sinking is horrible. Climbing is really learning, right? So when you come back out of that speed bump, and sometimes it's like not a speed bump, it's like a freaking trench, right? 44 is the magic number. Oh, good. But like, I guess honestly, if I have to really, I would say it's a life process for everybody, right? But for me, I think honestly, my biggest hurdle, I would say maybe the last 4 years. The last 4 years have been my biggest hurdles in my life. Again, 4, right? Yeah, I would say the last 4 years have been my biggest hurdle. But honestly, like, it doesn't have to take that long. It really depends on your own personal journey and how like strong you are. It could be faster. It could be a lot slower. I know people who are much older than me, and I'm just like, well, when are you going to learn? Like, why do you keep repeating these old patterns? You know what I mean? So it's on your own personal journey. But I've been through so much shit in my life, like we all have, right? Some people are a little bit more privileged and didn't have to go through shit. You know, and some people had to go through the trenches of shit. It's just life, right? But it's from learning from it. Well, good that you block their energy. Don't let them suck it away from you. So it's almost like revealing your truth that you weren't protected. It's like, you didn't, I feel like it's saying like, you need to come to the realization that you didn't protect yourself. Every journey is different. But it's like, you're an old soul. We're all old souls. All right. I tried to explain this the other day, and somebody was like, oh, you explained this clearly to me. Hopefully I'll explain it to you. Through my spiritual awakening, I just learned a lot of different things. You know, I was born Catholic. I know I've said this many, many times. I'm Catholic denomination, right? Roman Catholic, Christianity. But I don't believe in Christianity 1,000%. I believe in a lot of things. And I've pieced things together, right? And I believe that we are reincarnated multiple times, right? Because I feel that each lifetime is supposed to teach you a lesson, right? That's also comes with our twin flames, why we can't come in union and blah, 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 blah. There's like so much stuff on it, right? But if you choose to not learn from the life cycle, from the past life cycle or the cycle that you're in now, or you need to repeat, right? So whenever I see this Black Jaguar card and this old soul, it makes me think about that. How many lifetimes we've been here? How many times have we gone through this? When is enough going to be enough? right? Have you chose to not accept this lesson in a past life? When I learned about all of this, I was like, fuck no, I am not repeating this again in the next life because I don't like this, right? I honestly don't think I have that many more lives here, if that makes sense. I feel like I've gone through so much, and I feel like I've evolved so much so quickly once I came into my spiritual awakening, was like whoosh, like fast forward, right? And I feel like it's because I've been through so many past lives. I don't think I have that many more here to give. I feel like I've learned so much, right? And that's why I'm here teaching you guys, because I think all of this comes tying together, right? But I think Spirit's also trying to tell you, okay, that you know that you haven't protected yourself. You're an old soul. You need to go within. You need to see this. You need to see this truth, all right? I'm going to read it. You know, I don't always read the cards. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond this world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. And wasn't I just talking about that? Wasn't I just talking about manifesting something beautiful? I think I get frustrated with other people not understanding the... Yes, but that's... Okay, listen. Good point. No, not many people are going to understand this universe thing. And sometimes you cannot put it on people, because what ends up happening is that you look crazy because they don't understand it, right? But you understand it. And that's all that matters, right? And you're going to attract like-minded people to you. And the people who don't get it, don't get it. But by you shoving it on them, they just think that you're crazy, right? Like most of my family, they don't understand me anymore, like because of all this that I'm doing with the cards and these healing messages. This is like a person they don't even understand. But like I said, my spiritual awakening happened so fast, right? That it's literally like I'm like a complete, I'm the same person, but I'm something so different. Like I'm a different creature. I've regenerated into something different that they don't even know, you know? But that's why we have groups like this. Yeah, I'm proud of my crazy too. But I don't care if people don't understand me. Like, I'm who I am. And I know that some people can't handle it. So I don't put it on them. But the people who understand me, they understand and we can communicate. The other people, I'm just like everybody else. Not everybody's going to understand, you know, where you're at in your life. But you have the power to create the most beautiful life. You know better. You know. Spirit's saying you know. You can create. You can manifest. Look, she's holding it in the palm of her hands too. Same thing I was doing before. Same thing Drew Barryborn was doing before. Now the picture, right? You have this power. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. And it's making me remember, like when I go to church and we recite the Our Father, we go like this in church. I do it. Not everybody does. I do it. I go like this, right? Oh my God, come to say, I didn't even say the Our Father. Oh no, I did. I said it before the Facebook reading. I always like to say it before I start my readings. But it's like you're giving it to God, but you also have it here. Okay? You have it right here. We are one with God. We are one with Jesus. We can create anything we want. If you're going to manifest misery and sadness and depression and darkness in your head, that's what you're going to get. But if you manifest something beautiful and think, you got to believe it's getting better. It's getting better every day. That's exactly what you're going to get. That's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get better and better and better, and you're just going to keep going and going and going one day at a time. You're just going to keep on rising up that mountain, okay? You're going to rise up that mountain, but you have the choice, okay? don't expect that spirit is going to come down from heaven, put you in an imaginary baby stroller and let you suck your thumb as they push you up that mountain, because that's not evolving. That's you being stagnant. That's you being lazy. Okay, that's you not wanting your best life. You want your best life? You need to go after it. You need to create it. You need to take charge. Okay? I like this reading. Okay. What is the next? What is the closing? We're literally on 45 minutes. I could never do this on my Facebook page. It's short and sweet and to the point. I don't even know why I do it there, because I just know there's a few people who watch it over there. You guys are the people who watch it, you know? Okay, so, and this is why, actually it's funny, because today I said to all you people who want to listen to my next reading on YouTube, which usually takes me anywhere between like 35, usually I'm here like between 30 to like 50 minutes. It really depends on what messages Spirit has to say. Be patient. We had this twice. Be patient. Honestly, do you really want to hear through them again when you know they're going to bring you down? But I guess in some ways, like if you hear from them again, it's almost like you want to be able to say, if ever you want to hear from them again, it's almost like you want to say to them, I don't need you. I'm glad that you reached out, but I don't need this back in my life. Like, I'm on a different path. I'm on a different train, and it's not on your train. It's on my own train, right? Be patient as the cards fly away. See? You just needed to learn something different, okay? Be patient. You're learning a new way. You're learning to take charge of your life, okay? And I think that's why Spirit gave me the gifts that he gave me and this brazen personality to put myself out into the world for everybody who I don't know to judge me because I feel like I am such an old soul, and I have a way of talking to people to help. And the people have always said this to me, Rose, you always have this way of like pushing people to do better, to want more for their life. So why not reach out to all you guys out there, right? Like, you just needed to learn a new way. Just needed to learn, but be patient. Sometimes it takes some time to understand that. Hello, Holland. Oh, I love seeing people from all over the world. It takes time to learn a new way, right? Don't get frustrated. You're going to, like I said, you're going to have that little sand of thought, right? It is a learning process, right? Oh, Maud, you're from Holland. I know that. What was I going to say? Sometimes we get that little grain, that little thought process, that little speed bump. Sometimes we hit a trench and we just got to walk up, back up that hill. Sometimes we got to climb and we got to claw our nails into the mountainside to get up that hill, right? But as long as you learn and you get out and you don't accept wallowing in your misery, you will evolve. Okay? But by you staying there, by you waiting for Spirit to come in a big grown-up baby stroller and put you in it so you can suck your thumb and they can walk you up the mountain, guess what? It ain't never going to happen. You, who choose to stay stuck in that pattern, will die this way. Sorry, I know that sounds very harsh. And you will be reborn to go through this lesson again. If you choose to not repeat this again in the next life, you need to get out of this now. Or you will repeat this over and over and over and over again so you can become so ripe that you really need a walker throughout every lifetime, okay? till you fucking get your lesson, till you actually learn and decide to put your big girl or big boy panties on and walk on your own 2 feet and say, I no longer accept shit in my life. I know. Well, listen, you no longer accept the shit, but also thinking that you will be a person that the glass is half full and not half empty, okay? Well, I'm glad that you find, you know what's funny? Somebody messaged me through Facebook Messenger. She might be listening today, I don't know. And she said she didn't even know these videos existed. She just clicked on YouTube and my video just popped up. And she goes, oh, I forget where she's from. She's from Europe. I forget which country she's from. The Netherlands. She might be from the Netherlands. I'm not sure. But she said, you said everything that was going on in my life. How is that possible? She goes, I didn't even know that this existed. How is it possible that you were saying everything that is going on in my life right now, right? Because sometimes the universe has a way of making things happen. You were meant to come here. You're meant to see these videos, okay? And sometimes, you know, I click on videos that I think are meant for me, and I'm like, there's maybe a little message. But sometimes the shit hits home hard. And only you, it's funny because I was just talking to my girlfriend about this yesterday. There's a couple of my friends who really need you to hold their hand. And I'm done holding people's hands. And I used to do what I'm doing with you to all my friends. But I would physically go and hold their hands and grab them and be like, get yourself out of that fucking house. What are you doing? You're choosing to live like this. You choose to suffer. I no longer choose to do that. I would rather go out to the mass audiences, people like you who know they have to do it themselves. Or maybe you needed to hear it, okay? That you need to do it yourself. Maybe you don't realize you need to do it yourself. You can give it to God, give your worries to God, but the only way you're going to have concrete, solid results here on earth is if you choose to make it happen yourself. Okay, guys? I love you guys. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have a great day. I'm going to try to record a Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and Karmic read right after I get off of here because I haven't done so in days, and I know people love seeing those videos. But I think the healing messages are by far the best messages because we're reliving the stories instead of figuring out how to handle it, you know, and getting beyond it and maybe meeting that next person in your life that will love you, that will respect you, right? All right, guys, love you.